play a little bit. You guys can let me know if that sounds okay. How's it sounding on Facebook and YouTube? How's it sounding, everyone? Not the weird robot thing from last week? Someone let me know how that sounds and then we can start. What's up to everybody? Just getting things set up here. Thanks for joining me for another Songbook Sessions. On Facebook and YouTube, how does it sound? Is it okay this time? Last week it started out fuzzy again, huh? Why? That doesn't make any sense. How about now? How's that? Is the audio there now? How's that, guys? Craving, I got your copy. Craving, I got your copy now. Craving, I got your copy. Oh. So you want her for yourself alone. Alright, looks like it's working. And you don't think about the other man. Go, let me tell you, my friend, if you wanna live this life, it's not good for you to build strife. Craving, I've got your puppy. Want all, lose all. And I know the wicked bound to fall. Them say want it, can't get it. And getting no want it. Craving, that's why I say craving, I got your copy. Craving, I got your copy now. Craving, I got your copy. Oh. Alright, looks like the sound's working. Yes, as Bubba always reminds, don't forget to share and hit the like button and all that stuff as we get started. What's up, Chris? Each and every one are coming my way. Each and every one are coming my way. And I wonder why. And I wonder why. Some of them are just away. Some of them I watch them face. Some of them I eat them chow and steal for all. Them a run, come, come. Them a run, come, come. Good a dead, them a come. Them a goosey one. Them ya people na fear, whoa. Yeah, them a run, come, come. Yes, big crowd a gathering, big crowd a gathering. Smaller ones a walk underneath, yeah. Smaller ones have to walk underneath and steal for all. Them a run, come. Big and small, young and old, weak and strong. Them a run, come. Them a run, come. Them a, yeah. One by one, two by two, three by three, yeah. Make it up to four. Them a run, come. Should I see them a come? Each and every one a come. By the ones and the twos and the thousand. Yes. Them a. Ooh. Whoa. Yeah. Kyle. Oh, that first tune was Craven Choke Puppy, Bob Marley and the Wailers. Mm-hmm. Very good, very good, very good. Let's see. Bubba, since you're on here, why don't I do a Justin Hines? Shall I? If I follow you, what will I be? If I follow you, what will become of me? If I follow you, what will your answer be? Time getting hard, every day a new baby born. Time getting hard and there is no redemption. If I follow you, what will your answer be? He turned to me and said, the Lion of Judah shall break every chain and give us our victory. Again and again, the Lion of Judah. Oh. Time getting hard, every day a new baby born. Time getting hard and there is no redemption. If I follow you, what will become of me? He turned to me and said, the Lion of Judah shall break every chain and give us our victory. Again and again, the Lion of Judah. Yeah, that's for Bubba. Lion of Judah by Justin Hines. Kyle had a request. Let's do this. It's a good request, Kyle. This is a classic tune. All you skinheads will know this one. Long Shot Kick the Bucket by the Pioneers. What a weeping and a wailing down a Camanas Park. What a weeping and a wailing down a Camanas Park. Long shot, him kick the bucket. Long shot, kick the bucket. It tapping in the first race, and it call up the place. shot, kick a bucket. Him wheel, him rear, but he couldn't take the trail. Him wheel, him rear, but him couldn't take the trail. Long shot, him kick the bucket. Long shot, kick the bucket. Yeah. Whoa. Was David combat carousel, long shot on the rail. It was David long shot carousel, long shot on the rail. Combat fair, long shot fair. All we money gonna hell. Say all we money gonna hell. Long shot, him kicky bucket. Long shot, kicky bucket. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. All right. Mom, we are free from the wicked man. I don't know who the wicked man is. Maybe Burning Spear? It's the only we are free I know. Can you confirm if that is indeed what you're asking for? And Oscar wants to hear Put Those Fools. Absolutely, I could play Put Those Fools. Yeah, cheers everyone. Thanks for joining me again. Yes. Let me just deal with something real quick. Here we go. And one more click. All right. Put Those Fools is the request. Let's do that. Put those fools in a matter, burn them in a holy water. You get fool up, they don't know the ruler. Yeah, yeah. Put those fools in a matter, burn them in a holy water. They get fool up, yes, they don't know the cooler. Lord, yeah. Every day these little men are trying to call up my friend, yes. Every day they are trying to bring out the offense, Lord. And I'm sure they don't have common sense, so put those fools in a matter, burn them in a holy water. They get fool up, yes, they don't know the ruler. Yeah, yes. Put those fools in a matter, burn them in a holy water. They get fool up, yes, they don't know the cooler. Lord, yeah. It takes 10 wise men to bring one fool. So you got to hook yourself. Yes, you got to play. Ooh. You got to hook yourself, 'cause we are all black-headed news, Lord. Put those fools in a matter, burn them in a holy water. Wrap up in a one man. Wrap up in a one man. Can't you see? I wrap up in a one man. Lord, yeah. Ooh. Yes, special request to Oscar. Put Those Fools. That's a tune by the Titles that the Expanders recorded on Old Time Something, Come Back Again, Volume 2. Alex wants to hear some Earth and Stone. Dang. I'm trying to think if I know any, like, just off the top of my head, Earth and Stone. I know I do. Let me think about that for a second. Oh, Kyle, yeah, let me do that, because you ask for that all the time. Let me know what you guys want to hear. By the way, Kyle, Behold by Culture. And I Saw the System Work. All right, cool. Let's do that. This is a tune by Rudy Symbol, or Rudy Symbol. I'm not exactly sure which. Yeah, working for your bread, while the bosses sit on their horses. Yes, Lord. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I got to work so hard for my just reward. Oh yes, they put me to a test, and when I have done my best, the only thing I got is fruits. Yeah, no ends. Oh yeah, I saw the system work. If you not check it out, you will drop out. Yeah, yeah, I saw the system work. If you not check it out, you're bound to get a jerk. Toiling was my responsibility, and now I only want to know my credibility. Yes, they give me some assurity, and when I argue about the security, they pat me on the shoulder, pat me on the shoulder. Everything is alright. And on Friday come, and I got my pay. Tomorrow me a borrow. Oh yeah, I saw the system work. If you not check it out, you're bound to get a jerk. Yeah, yeah, I saw the system work. If you not check it out, you will drop out of it. Yes, oh yes. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Ooh, yeah. All right, that's for Kyle. Yeah, Alex, you know. Jail set me free. Something like that. Jail set me free. I wanna go home. My mommy and daddy, I'm longing to see. Even my brethren who used to gather round, they used to sing in one harmony. Yes, Lord, I was down in deep meditation, singing songs of love. I know when you come and say I'll be going to station, my poor heart burns. Babylon took me away and flogged me so badly. Tears came from my eyes. No. You'll have to pay the bills, 'cause Jaja gonna whip your soul. You're gone already. Yeah. That's the abbreviated version for you, Alex. That's a tune, man. Earth and Stone. One of the most underrated albums of that time is Earth and Stone's what is it called? Cool Roots. That's super underrated. How's everyone on Instagram? Good? Nice to see you all. Moving along. Okay, there's a moving along request. Let's do that. Shall we? Let me fix this a little bit. Like a weird angle we're at. Ready? Okay. Anytime, Alex. Thanks for tuning in, man. All right. Yes. Ready? The song "We Are Free." Oh yeah, let me do that for my mom real quick. Well, let me do "Moving Along," which is a request from Miles, and then I will do "We Are Free," which is a request for my mom. Let me know what you guys want to hear, okay? Oh, just trying to get situated. So nice to be in the sunshine, moving along, moving along. It's alright to be in the sunshine, moving along, moving along. With some good friends around me, a old man song, singing along. With some good friends around me, you never do wrong, never do wrong, you never do wrong. Moving along, moving along. And you can always ask of me not to leave you lonely. You can always depend on me for the good things only. And if you stay right by my side, I can dash away all my pride. Give more thanks and praise all my nights, all my days, yeah. Moving along, say now you're moving along. Moving along, whoa. Moving along, say now you're moving along. Moving along. And you can always ask of me not to leave you lonely. You can always depend on me for the good things only. Yes, and if you stay right by my side, I can dash away all my pride and give up ways all my nights, every single day. So nice to be in the sunshine, moving along, moving along. I said it's good to be in the sunshine, moving along, moving along. All the vibes like summer night breezes coming on strong, coming along. Everyone just like all them pleases, never do wrong, no, you never do wrong. Moving along, look how you're moving along. Moving along with extra love along the way. Lord, the women say, moving along, oh. Moving along, go. All right. Let's see. So ask Dad if this is the song he means. This is a Burning Spear song called We Are Free that the Expanders did on Old Time Something Come Back Again, Volume 2. Here we go. Though we're gonna shout it out, yes, we're gonna tell them that we are free again, free from the wicked man, free from the misery. We are free again. Oh yes, we are free again. No more crying. No, no, no more weeping. No, no, no more moaning. Shout it out, I said it loud and clear. Tell them that you know we are free again. Free from the wicked man. Free from the misery. Oh yes, we are free again. Oh yes, we are free again. No more crying. No more weeping. No more moaning. And shout it out, I said loud and clear. Tell them that you know we are free again. Free from the wicked man. Free from the misery. Oh yes, we are free again. Oh yes, we are free again. Though we're gonna shout it out, yes, we're gonna tell them that we are free again, free from the wicked man, free from the misery. Oh yes, we are free again. Oh yes, we are free again. Tell my brothers we are free again. Oh, and tell my sisters we are free again. Freedom, we are free again. Freedom, we are free again. Yes. All right. That's Burning Spear. We Are Free. And Expanders recorded that one as well. Cheers to everyone. Yes, as Bubba reminds, please like and share the stream and all that stuff. Thanks to everybody who's able to make donations. Since the artists are still out of work, we definitely depend on our community for support. So thank you all very much for your past donations as well, and just for being here. Really appreciate all of you guys so much. Patrick wanted to hear Freedom, so we'll do another Freedom song. Here we go. Over every nation of men and all over creation, people suffering on the land. You can hear them crying every day, calling freedom to hurry on its way. But they don't get weary, never retire, for there is a burning heart's desire to cast our chains away. I even come what may, the people just find a way. Freedom is almost one day. And all to hear the city walls start to crumble, and all over creation, you're gonna watch them tumble. When every struggling woman take up a shovel in her hand, oh, what a joyful sound! The wicked man was thrown down. So don't get weary, you never retire. Let your soul inspire how every heart requires, till chains are cast away, and even come what may, hear our poor people pray. Freedom is almost one day. Though I carry sorrow more than a heavy rock stone, we belong together. You don't have to carry them alone. Try to remember, there is a joy to call you home. Certain to reap when in sorrow you have sown. Pain's gonna pass away, and even on that day, no matter what games they play, freedom is almost one day. Carry sorrow, so much more than a heavy rock stone. But we go on together, never gonna need to walk alone. Try to remember, there is a place to call your own. I know you're gonna reach there, for to rest your weary bones. Tears gonna wash away, joy will be here to stay. No matter what a week say, freedom is almost one day. So don't get weary, my sister, don't tire. Ooh, oh, oh. No matter what games they play, freedom is almost one day. And I know freedom is almost one day. Yes, and I know freedom is almost one day. And I know. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah. All right, that one's for my brother Patrick. Cheers, everyone. So, you guys have any questions? You guys want to talk about anything? I'm feeling a little. I felt it coming on today, and now it's like there. Just gonna see if give my voice a little rest from singing for like a few minutes and see if it comes back. Do you guys like my new shirt, by the way? This is my homegirl Becky Lynn Blanca, who does her live streams every day at 1 p.m. Check her out. I know Bubba knows Becky, but let's talk, you guys. What's going on? How is everyone? Rachel says gulp. Yeah. You know, I've had a good track record. In terms of not losing my voice. What? This is like the 30-something. Oscar says, are there any other songs from the LBD album that you wrote? No, just Higher Rank. That was the one that I wrote, like, you know, the lyrics and all that. I co-wrote some of the other tunes, not lyrically, though, like musical stuff. Helped with, yeah, for sure. Miles said, I'd love to have you on track with the rhythms. Let's do it. Yeah, Oscar, I recorded on 5 of those songs with Long Beach Dub All-Stars, and so I helped with some degree of all 5 of those tunes. Yeah. Bubba says, any memorable shows with Hepcat or Long Beach Dub All-Stars? Yes. Hepcat, like, honestly, every show I ever played with them was memorable because they were my favorite band growing up, and like Expanders were lucky enough to get to back
like so many Jamaican artists and so many of our Jamaican musical heroes, and those were always like amazing. But I never got like butterflies the way I did when I played with Hepcat because I don't know. It's just like I can't believe I'm on stage playing with Hepcat right now. Uh, and then the first time I ever played with Hepcat was in Europe in Spain at the Rude Cat Festival, and we were the headliners. And people, it was their first time at that festival. It was their first time in years in any part of Europe, and so people were just so amped. It was insane, and I was super amped. And I changed my strings right before the show, and I used super thick like 13 gauge flat wound strings on an electric guitar, and I was so hyped up that I'm like jumping around, which I don't. That's not usually like my stage, what I do on stage, but I was just like super hyped, and I broke a string on the second tune, even though they were brand new like thick ass strings. So I had to run off for the third song and change a string backstage. And it was a song that I was supposed to play a guitar solo in, so like Destin had to cover it. And Destin really does not like being caught unprepared. He's like does the most preparation of anybody I've ever met, so he was a little annoyed about that. Um, and Long Beach Dub All Stars, man, we did some heavy touring before COVID and like the year before COVID, and there were some great ones. We played this show in Miami, like out on this pier at night. No, that was in Key West. And there were boats like coming up alongside, and that was a dope one. That was probably one of my favorites. Um, Miles says, who's your favorite up and coming artist? That's a good question. Um, Up and coming. Who's up and coming? I feel like I don't know. I haven't heard a new artist in a while that I love. I really love the late ones. Shout out to the late ones that just put out an EP on Easy Star. They're super dope. Um, oh, how? What a coincidence! Toddy is asking a question about Chris Murray, and then Chris Murray is asking a question. So I'll answer Chris's question first. Yeah, Chris has any Prince Jazzbo stories? Yes. So we backed Prince Jazzbo in 2012. The Jamaican DJ Prince Jazzbo. I'll show you guys a record if you guys don't know who Jazzbo is. Let's see. This is Jazzbo here. You see him? That's him on the top with the sunglasses. He is my favorite 70s DJ. Like, when it comes to like U-Roy, I-Roy, that style, Jazzbo is my favorite. And this record by Prince Jazzbo, produced by Lee Perry, called I Tall Corner, is my favorite DJ record. This is DJ with a D-E-E-J-A-Y, the original MCs. This is like Lee Perry Black Ark Studio at its top form, and Prince Jazzbo just murdering every rhythm. If you have the album Super Ape, he has one song on there, Croaking Lizard, and this album is like a whole album full of songs like that. Anyway, so when we backed, and he was also a big producer in the digital era. He's got a lot of great stuff on his Ujamaa label. But when we backed Jazzbo, he was cool, but at the rehearsal, he was like the closest thing we ever had to like weird vibes. He just wasn't. I don't know what it was. We weren't like super vibing. It wasn't like bad. No one was angry, but he just wasn't like stoked on it, I don't think. And at one point, he yelled at John Asher to like hit the tom toms. He was like, "You fucking hit the tom toms!" And Asher was like, "Oh, okay, I'll hit the tom toms more." And then he was like walking around, kind of surveying everything, and like Butcher had opened this like tall can of Tecate and taken like 2 or 3 sips, and Jazzbo was like looking around, he's like, "Yeah, okay," and doing this, and then like in just walking around, and then mid stride, he like grabbed Butcher's Tecate and just threw it in the trash can. I think like thinking it was trash, but it was totally full, and just didn't like skip a beat when he did that. And Butcher and I looked at each other like, okay. And then same rehearsal, Destin was playing keyboards. Destin from Hepcat was playing keyboards with us for that one, and there was some song where Jazzbo wanted us to start it like different than how the record was, and he wanted us to start with like some kind of ballady intro, and he was trying to explain it to Destin because he wanted the piano to start it, And so he went over to the piano and just kind of started like mashing the keys like with his flat hands, just like ring, ring, ring. He was like, yeah, kind of like this, and ring, and he's like, you get it, like that kind of, you have it. And Destin was like, I felt so bad for Destin because it was not communicating anything useful in that moment. And I don't remember how we resolved that, but yeah, that was an interesting one. And then at the show, which we backed him at Dub Club. I remember Butcher broke a string, and I always remember that because Butcher like never ever broke strings, and he broke a string on this one song that really needed lead guitar, and so I'm making it sound like it was a bad experience. It wasn't. Like, played a bunch of great rhythms. The show was cool once Butcher changed his string, but yeah, it was interesting. That was an interesting one. Reg says he didn't think it was trash, but he was drinking too. Was the thing. It's not like he was like no alcohol in my rehearsal. He just picked it up and threw it away. It was odd. Okay, and then Toddy says, what's the backstory of writing Time is the Master with Chris Murray? Did you sing in the album version? Yes, I sang on the album version. We recorded it at Chris Murray's house, where he recorded the whole album on his, I think, Tascam, right? Tascam tape machine. And Victor Rice was engineering it. I remember that. And then writing it, we had written it a few years before. I think it was around 2005. And it was for me, it was like a longish writing session. And I remember that night, I was DJing with Cheeky's at the Scotland Yard. And I remember getting to Cheeky's house and like my brain hurting like I had studied all day for a test or something. Like I was definitely using muscles that I don't use all the time. Because like Chris and I have written a couple songs together, and what I will say about writing songs with Chris is that and this is a good thing, he does not let you abandon the tune. Like I've tried, I haven't collabed with a lot of people, and like in the Expanders sometimes we would collab, but in musical ways. I would write the lyrics on my own first, and every time we would get together and try to like write lyrics together and complete a song, after a chorus or like as soon as we would get stuck somewhere, it would just kind of drift, and then people would go get a sandwich, and then it would be done. But Chris was like, nope, okay, next part, okay, here's what we're gonna do, and okay, what next? And we would sit and think about what we were trying to say, and I took a long time. I want to say like 5, 6, 7 hours. It was probably less than that. I remember taking a lunch break and going to Los Compadres down the hill, or El Compadre, I think it's called. But yeah, we finished it, and my brain hurt. And but it's one of my favorite songs. It's one of the best songs I've ever been involved with. Oscar says, are you planning on having any collabs soon? Yes. I have one tune for my second acoustic record that I'm about to start recording in about a month. I've got one tune that I have a very specific person in mind to collab on it with. I don't want to say who yet because I haven't locked it down. But I got a list. I've got like people that are like slots 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll get one of those, hopefully. Chris says you got to finish them to sing them. That's true. But I've always been like, when I get stuck, especially working with people, I'm one to like leave it for the next day, and I'll take like months on a song sometimes. Not always. Sometimes I'll finish a song in a day or like 2 days. But a lot of even like the most popular Expander songs were things that like I would have an idea and get stuck, and then like come back to it months later and do some more, and then I have been good at like not letting good songs not get finished, but they don't always get finished in one day, that's for sure. But that the discipline of just doing it, making sure you don't walk away from it until it's done, is something I really took away from that. Reg said, are there any old-time legends that you're aware of hiding away in Jamaica that you would love to bring out and collab with? Unfortunately, Albert Griffiths passed away a few weeks ago, but he was somebody that I always wanted to work with. Who's in Jamaica? I mean, so like Ken Booth that we just had on, right? Like such an amazing voice still. Stranger Cole. I love some of the 80s dudes that are still going strong, like Junior Reed, Half Pint. you know, that whole crew of people. Uh, I would love to collab with Winston Rodney, Burning Spear. You know, I don't know what it would take to make that happen, but that would be like a bucket list thing for sure. But you know, there is part of me too that like I'm not like super eager. Like I would do it and be excited about it, but it's not like a burning desire of mine to like record new music with like some of the old artists, just because like I want to focus on like the new artists. I don't want to always live in the past like that. And like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking out loud here, but I would love to work with like some newer artists like Chronix, like Kabaka Pyramid, Coffee. I always wanted to work with Vaughn, you know, from Midnight, and he passed away before we could do that. We had some discussions over the years, and it was always like, all right, yeah, we're gonna make this happen, and it never did. So that's a regret for sure. Um, I I would love to work with Four Piece Band from Guam. Those are my good friends. They played at our wedding. We did a whole tour with them, but they're still one of my favorite groups. And I've always wanted to collab with JC. He's one of my favorite songwriters and singers. He's got a super dope style. Yeah. Well, thank you all for joining me. Unfortunately, like my voice is just like really, really not there today. To the point where like if it just wasn't there, I don't care. I could keep singing, but it's got that feeling like my radar is on. Like if you keep pushing this, you're gonna lose your voice. And when I lose my voice for weeks, and I don't want that to happen. So I don't know. What do you say? Maybe we call it. Maybe we call it tonight. It's okay to do an abbreviated one, right? This. Let's see. This, yeah, the Santa Ana wins for sure. Um, this Thursday we have Clinton Farron of the Gladiators coming on for the second time. It's going to be super dope because he has some specific things he wants to discuss. He came on. He kind of hit us up and was like, "This time there's some things I want to talk about." And so that's cool. We've never really had an artist come to us with like an agenda for the conversation outside of, you know, having a new release or something. So I'm really excited about that. He's going to talk about, you know, his pre-Gladiators days, his time with the Gladiators, his time, you know, when he just left the Gladiators, and what he's doing currently. It's his birthday month, and Rootfire is doing a whole month-long feature on him as part of their Center Stage with Reggae Icons series. And this month, because it's Clinton Farron's 70th birthday, is Clinton Farron month, which is super cool. Another January birthday. I'm a January birthday. Vanessa's a January birthday. And Clinton is too, apparently. So we're having him Thursday. And then 2 weeks from that, we have Freddie McGregor coming on, which I'm kind of like nervous about that one because Freddie McGregor is like larger than life figure to me. And then 2 weeks after that, we're doing the makeup with Derek Morgan. And then we've got some crazy stuff lined up after that. I think we have Horace Andy coming up. Winston Jarrett, who we backed once long ago in Seattle. And also Tony Chin from Soul Syndicate. So we got a lot of good guests coming up. We're switching to Wednesdays eventually. We're doing the next few Thursdays, and then we're switching to Wednesdays permanently, I believe. Well, yes, we are. I just can't think off the top of my head what date we're doing that. All right, y'all. Sorry that cutting it short tonight, but thank you guys all for joining me, and be well, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye to the Facebook and YouTube people.